For the last 20 days, Kerala has reported 10 to 13,000 cases every day, which is roughly 30% of the total number of fresh infections that India is reporting. Now, this is coming as Kerala has vaccinated more than 30% of its population. So, why is Kerala reporting such a high number despite vaccinations? Is this a case of prolonged plateauing, or has the famed Kerala model failed? Developed cracks? And the other big question which the BJP is raising is Kerala fudging its COVID deaths. An expert panel is joining us on the show. George Kurian is Kerala's BJP General Secretary. With us here on the show, Professor Dinesh Varshney is a CPI leader, and Dr. Sulfi Nohu is a Central Working Committee member of the Kerala IMA. Dr. Anish TS is a member of the COVID-19 Kerala Expert Committee. Dr. Anish, I'm going to come to you first. There is much talk in the last 24 hours about how Kerala's famed model has now failed. The fact is that while numbers across the country are going down, Kerala's numbers continue to be high for the last 20 days. Why is it happening?
Definitely, this is a challenging situation, but that doesn't mean that the Kerala model failed. Because it is a challenging situation because so many number of cases are coming. And if you are going to have a third wave that is going to be piggyback on the second wave, that will be definitely a challenging situation. Because maybe half of our total beds are even now full because of the daily increase in number of cases. And if you are going to increase the number of cases furthermore, and if it is going to have a third wave, definitely third wave, definitely it will be a challenging situation. And in Kerala, the health workers are continuously working, and it can add to some kind of a pandemic fatigue. But if you look at closely to the numbers, you look at the first wave figures. The first wave was peaked in India in 11th September 2020 with 96,000 of cases. And at that time, Kerala was reporting only 9,000 cases. That means roughly 10% of the country's contribution. But when in January 19, when the first curve was over, in India, it was somewhere around 10,000 cases, but Kerala was with 40% of its share. 4,000 cases were reported in Kerala. But if we look at the second curve, which was actually peaked in 6th May with 4,12,000 cases in India, but at that time, Kerala was actually reporting only 42,000 cases, again roughly 10%. But yesterday, India reporting 43,000 cases, but Kerala is reporting 13,000. That means 30%.
Correct.
So Kerala is actually reporting only 10% of the cases when the curve is peaking, but it is reporting maybe 30 to 40% of cases in between the curves. That means continuously Kerala is picking up cases, and it is just like a plateauing. And if you look at the total number of COVID cases reported in Kerala, it is more than 3 million. That is more than 10% of the total population of the state. But in India, it is only 30 million. That is only 2.5% of the country's population. India has surged with the 2.5 population of people affected by the disease, but Kerala never surged by even though 4 times the population proportion was affected.
Dr. Nohu,
that means the...
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but Dr. Nohu, the fact is that Kerala's positivity rate continues to be very high at 10%. So all this is fine that, the curve is plateauing, that we have prolonged our plateauing, etc. Our susceptible population is much more, but, the positivity rate is a concern as well, 10%.
The question is towards me?
Yes, go ahead, sir. Dr. Nohu, can you hear me? Okay, I think there seems to be a problem with the connection. George Kurian, I'd like to get in here. Why are you accusing, we've heard the BJP accuse the government in Kerala of fudging COVID numbers. Why are you saying they're fudging COVID deaths?
See, previously, government of Kerala was claiming that this Kerala model is the best in the world. They were abusing other people, criticizing other states and center, because they were telling that this other state and the center failed, and we succeeded. The Kerala Chief Minister every day, he used to appear. Nowadays, he is not seen. And he used to say that you look at this state and that state, naming the state, and see the condition in Kerala. And once they went to BBC also and claimed that it is the best
No, but they did
model
very
in
well.
the world.
But they did very well in the first wave. There is no doubt about that, sir.
No. That time also it happened. Now also see this mortality rate. The health minister herself in the assembly, she admitted that only 1/3 of the total deaths are declared. Now they are searching for it. And see, in all other places, the system is trace, test, and treat. In
Okay.
Kerala, it is test, trace, and treat.
Okay.
That means,
Professor Varshni. Okay, I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I'm afraid I don't have time on this debate because we got a piece of breaking news on the top, gentlemen. But Professor Varshni, quickly, if you could respond to what the BJP is saying, that even in the first wave, it was flop show. But, you know, the packaging that Kerala government did was very nice, which is why everyone talked of the Kerala model.
Maya, this is absolutely wrong. You see, it is not we who said that Kerala model is the best. Even Prime Minister Modi said Kerala model, follow Kerala model in the meeting of the Chief Minister. Number two, Kerala is reporting the real crime data. And Sero survey proves that in Kerala, every COVID case detected, only 5 go unreported. Whereas nationally, if one COVID case is reported, 25 go unreported. Intense testing is there. We are following the WHO and ICMR norm.
Okay.
Whereas many of the states in India, the BJP fellow should ask the data from Madhya Pradesh, from other states which they are ruling. Then they will come to know what is the fudging of the data.
Okay.
But I am not blaming. We are fighting against it.
Yeah.
And per capita nurses, per capita in health infrastructure, per capita doctor, ICU bed, oxygen availability is one of the best in the country.
Okay.
Even better than Delhi. Even better than Delhi.
Okay, but the fact is that the virus is still circulating, and many of the variants that come up, sir, come in populations where the virus is still circulating. So while, you know, it's very well to argue that we have so many hospital beds still vacant, we've done very well, the fact is that that continues to be a danger. I have to apologize to all of you because this was supposed to be a half-an-hour discussion. It got truncated because of a big piece of breaking news. So I'm going to thank you and apologize as well. Thank you, George Kurian, Professor Varshni, Dr. Nuhu and Dr. Tanish TS for joining us. A quick break. There's some more news coming up on the other side. Do stay with us.